Hello, everybody. My name is Savannah Jahari, and I just wanted to go over that famous piece of advice that all of our counselors, as communication studies students, gave us. We have heard it from our communication studies teachers, and we have heard it from other communication studies graduates, and that is to not take your courses at the same times. Why is that? And that is because inquiry courses are very time consuming, they're very demanding. I find that, or I have found through taking both of the courses in that inquiry requirement, that taking them separately really allowed me to devote the right amount of time to each class. So I can give it that attention and then be able to give that energy towards understanding the material, because it is something that is extremely challenging for me anyways. It definitely changed my way of thinking overall since taking the courses. So going into those courses that I've taken, the first I course that I chose was 145I, and that was rhetorical and cultural criticism. This class was taught by Dr. Anne Marie Todd. She was a great professor. I was fortunate enough to take it online to work better with my schedule, but I truly do wish that I got to take it in person because she always has great commentary to say. And I do wish that I got that extra education just from her little tidbits of information that maybe wouldn't have come about in conversation via lectures online or things like that. So from this 145I course, I did complete a conference paper, and this paper basically had me analyze a popular culture artifact and use rhetorical and cultural criticism strategies to approach this this piece. So this popular culture artifact that I chose was a music video. So it's called Stress by Justice. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a very controversial music video, not so much by the lyrics, but actually just the video itself. And basically what I did was I went through the video, and using rhetorical criticism, I actually went through and looked for certain details in the music video that would help the creator of the music video gain the respect of the audience and really portray their message. So with rhetoric in general, I mean, it's the art of persuasion. So we have to think that the people that are creating these pop culture artifacts are obviously trying to convey some sort of message for us to then believe. So what I found was that this music video I could take out details of it that represented concepts of patriarchy, concepts of ethnocentrism, things like that. So I used a feminist criticism lens and a cultural criticism lens. And those are both part of rhetorical criticism, which is one of the research strategies that I learned in my inquiry courses. My next inquiry course that I took, which I felt like this class was more impactful to me, was my 123I course, and that was Performance of Ethnodrama. And I took it with Angret McCloskey. She was a great professor as well. I thought I was taking it with someone else, so she ended up being a last-minute switch of professors. But she ended up being a really great teacher and taught me a lot. She was younger, so she kind of gave me a little bit of a different perspective compared to a lot of my older professors, which is just nice to have. Nothing was right or wrong. It was just really nice to get a different teaching style. So in this 123I Performance of Ethnodrama course, the research method that I felt I practiced the most and that I really gained a lot from was fieldwork. I didn't know what fieldwork was or what field notes were, anything like that, like whether it be interviewing and things like that. I didn't know that could be fieldwork. So field notes was something that was really, really a big part of this class. And so our final performance, we were required to go to a location on multiple different occasions and sit there for however many hours at a time and just observe. And this is participant observation or participant and observer observation. And this process was very time consuming. I accumulated a lot of notes. I was observing people and their behavior and what they were doing and what they were wearing. And all of these mean something. And so by actually going out and doing the field work and putting myself physically in another environment to study what's going on in front of me, I was able to get a very real sense of what was going on. So the purpose of my field work and my field notes was to then take all of that information and interpret it to create a dramatized story for someone that I had observed. So my performance that I ended up creating, which I was pretty proud of, eventually just gave voice to minority groups like African American men or women or mental health. So I feel like field work and doing field notes was actually a really good way to create a performance which gives voice to people that may not have it, or maybe if they do have it, we are just not open to listening. And that was something that was really important to me. So I definitely took a lot from that class. All of the classes really taught me just how to conduct research and interpret that data so I could make it into something more meaningful, whether it be this performance or in the conference paper from my 145I class, it was like an analysis of that, the meanings of the purposeful decisions made to create that music video to convey certain messages.